Roger Federer, you like my flower? Okay, so yesterday I was made these videos to you, and everything is just so serious. So I figured, I put this flower in my hair, just act a little bit silly in a video today, just slightly silly. Yesterday I sent you some stuff in a video, and I feel like there was just like some super, came from a really good place, but it just felt like some things were super critical. And then also yesterday, the way that I kind of left one of my videos, it made it kind of seem like I was making a comment that your coaching team with Paul Anacone was bad or something. And I just really want to clarify that and say that I don't think that at all. Obviously, Paul Anacone has really coached he's coached you, he's coached Pete Sampras, so I just really want to clarify that when I was saying some things yesterday, that it wasn't a reflection on Paul Anacone and the entire Federer coaching team. So I just want to really make that clear, because I have a lot of respect for you guys. But yesterday I threw out all these things. It is really important. The reason why I really want to see, you win goes further probably than just admiring you as a player, but it's just having seen you at your peak and just seeing you struggle mentally with processing everything that's happened, from you being number 1 in the world to changing to the number 2 place in the world, and then to going to number 3 place in the world, and just how the media, I'm sorry to do all of that. So it's just how the media has actually, for me, put so much unfair pressure on you, and I've just seen you kind of have to deal with pressure from 1 or 2 people, like your mother or father. I'm so sorry to do this, but I gotta do it. hair is hanging on my lip. So it's all good, because it's adding to the fact that I'm trying to say, my videos were so serious yesterday, but I really want to come forward at the same time and just say, remind you to have fun. So anyway, getting back to just what I was saying right now, it's one thing to have pressure from 2 people, your mother or your father or your boss or something like that. It's another thing to be put on an entire global platform for people to judge you, one person, and just trillions, millions of people writing articles and judging you and saying things about you. And I've just really, I don't know if I could really put this into words, but that's probably been some of my serious driving force in making these videos, and just trying to, even if you're watching these videos, just getting you, just getting my point across, that I think, you can win, and that, the masses, the way that they're processing what has happened in tennis is not necessarily correct, And I said in my videos yesterday, and it was a lot of time that I spent on those videos talking, so I'm just going to repeat it here in case you didn't see those videos and you happen to be watching this one. But Roger, I just feel like it took, a lot of these guys in tennis, you only have 2 people in the world who are better than you, So, I mean, you just got to stop for a second and look at that. And that's what the entire tennis world needs to do. They need to stop saying that you're losing your skills and you're doing this and that and whatever. Maybe I shouldn't even be saying that in this video, but maybe I should, But you only have 2 other people who are better than you in the entire world. So you're doing a really good job. And so I'm just saying that you've got 2 guys who have both been under you in the rankings, and it took them a hell of a lot of work, a sustained, heavy, intense and hear me again when I say sustained, long sustained, consistent, intensive, consistent day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out, year after year. And I don't mean to sound like a retard saying that over and over again, but I'm just saying, like, it took Nadal a long time to put in a lot of hard work to beat you, Roger, to get to a point where he could actually defeat you on more than one surface. It took Djokovic changing his diet, riding at number 3 for a couple of years, getting constantly beat by you guys, getting constantly knocked out in the semifinals, dealing with his own personal issues, retiring from, from matches and stuff here and there, not being 100% serious, so busy doing his little cute impressions, which he's really good at, by the way. But I'm saying it took these guys a long time of long sustained work to beat you. It took a lot of time for them to like try stuff and stay with stuff and stick with stuff and work hard and get beat by you and still work hard and get beat by you and still work hard and get beat by you, but change up something and get better this time and now get the best of you this time on that one thing, but still get beaten by you, and keep going and keep practicing and keep staying intense. And that's all that I'm saying to you, Roger Federer. Like, you getting on, you get into these press conferences angry. I'm not talking about telling you not to be angry at all or angry or show any anger. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about giving off the impression of being distressed, of being deeply distressed with yourself, because Roger, I absolutely adore you. I've got so much love for you, so much love for an entire Federer family, Federer team as well. But again, like I said in my other video, I really feel that there's something that you have not changed, and if that pisses you off too as well, like I said in my video yesterday, me saying that like pisses you off, then boom, there's something there. Like, sit in that for a second. Like, if I just pissed you off, sit in that for a second and be like, where's my anger coming from on this? Why am I upset over this? And it, just go through that, and you could be like, listen, you're not right, girl. Oh, world girl, you're not right, okay? You don't know what you're talking about. And just really sit with that and go, does she really know what she's talking about? Do I show up every day for myself? Like, you could be showing up, but it's, in order to beat these guys who have been chugging along for 2-3 years in ways, in order to beat you and losing to you and still chugging along in their practices, in their training every day. Like, I want to beat Federer. Like, it's going to take a lot to beat Federer, And again, I want to remind you, it took these people a lot of time and a lot of work to beat you. So you cannot expect for yourself to like get out there and make a few small adjustments and beat these people who have been working like hell and like day in, day out for years now to beat you, And I want to say, again, repeating in my video yesterday, and, I'm saying stuff with not really explaining it a lot now, but if I just say stuff that I feel like, please feel free to refer to the videos yesterday, because I said a whole bunch of stuff really explaining around what I'm saying. But there is something, I'm going to say something now that I'm not going to really explain a lot around why I'm saying this, but there's something you're not doing, Roger, and as I said in my video yesterday, the training thing, you have, not the training thing, what my trainer tells me, not tells me, but has said, you are like dancing around the fire and not stepping into it. There's something that you're doing that is not fully changing. There's something that you are not doing. And I really say that lovingly and caringly and respectfully as a fan, like, who really wants to see you win, and who knows, like, I'm really have a lot of conviction here, because I know that you can win, and you have won this season. You know what? You brought four titles this year since January, and if you add that up, that's almost a title a month. That's a trophy a month almost. It's under a trophy a month, of course, but I'm just saying, like, who could really ask for more? So you can't really say, oh, Federer's losing it, this and that. Like, you're winning. when you are on 100%, you are winning. So I'm just saying that, you know, try not to get angry because you're not making a lot of, you know, you haven't been made like a lot of headway, maybe against some of these guys some of the time, because number one, they generate a lot more power, you know, and number two, like, these are guys who have been working like toward training specifically toward, you know, being able to get past you in a major. And I don't feel like you have 100% made this same commitment, long-term commitment. I'm not saying that you're not committed. I'm not, you know, so I don't want any confusion about that. I'm not saying you're not committed. I'm not saying you don't work hard, because you do work hard and you are committed. But what I'm saying is there's something there, and the reason why there's something there that you are not doing, and the reason why I'm saying there's something there that you haven't been doing is because you have come off losses from Nadal and losses from Djokovic and losses from, you know, whatever other losses you've had, especially in Grand Slams, and you are like angry. And I'll go back to my video yesterday when I said, like, there's a lot of guys in tennis who work really hard. I don't know why Taylor Dent keeps coming to my mind, but Taylor Dent really, you know, couldn't really ever really progress too far in a tournament, but he always worked really, really hard. And I believe, this could be a wrong memory, but you know that one time he lost an important match. He lost a match or whatever. It's not so important because he never really got too far in the tournaments, but, and not to say that dismissively or anything with respect to him, but he lost a match, and you see he went all out in that match, and he came out of that match, I think it was him, it could have been somebody else, but I think it was him, and he was like, you know, I just, you know, that person played tennis better than I did. You know, I did everything I could. I stepped in it, you know, and I'm paraphrasing now. I'm saying what he was saying was he stepped into every area. He put 100% into every single facet of his tennis game. And so he was satisfied walking off that court even with a loss. And that's what I'm saying, Roger. Like, you come off the court and you are angry, you know, and you look like this shouldn't have happened. You know, like, you just have a look on your face like, this is not right. This shouldn't have happened. And you know, that only can come from someone who is not stepping fully into doing what they feel they need to do to get to the next level. Because when you do every single freaking thing you can, you're good. And I know that personally from sports. I know that, you know, because I've not shown up. Like, there's times, you know, like in high school track, like, I didn't show up, you know, and I knew the difference between when I fully showed up and ran a race out and died and died in the race or whatever. And I know, you know, I know the feeling like when I ran the race all the way through and waited till the finish line and then collapsed afterward. Like, I just know, you know the difference, you know, like, and it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's really all about giving 100% of yourself. And that's what I don't believe is happening. So I just support you and just saying, like, being your own best friend, like, you know, and just stepping into that fire, you know what I mean? Instead of that dancing around it thing. And I said, like, step into it, give it your all, like, you know, wherever you're resisting, wherever you don't feel like doing something, wherever you lean away from doing something, you know, again, the quote, this wonderful woman who, from one of my trainings, you know, that's where the juice is. Everywhere where you lean away and you resist and you procrastinate, oh, I'll get to it later, that's where the juice is. So I didn't really even mean to go off into this, you know. Here we are, 14 minutes again. So this is going to be like a whole half an hour video, I could tell you right now. Dig in, please. Stay with me, Roger Federer, if you're watching this video. Because the whole purpose is, I didn't give you any solutions yesterday. I feel like I put out critique and maybe even sounded critical and like with criticism, but I didn't put out any solutions necessarily. So I just feel like, first of all, I feel this so sloppy paper because I really want to keep this video not serious at all. I got my flower in the hair. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm like laughing like crazy. But anyway, alright, so I'll get to it. First of all, I want to ask you again, like, what's in your iPod? You know, like, getting on the road to feeling like you could really beat Nadal and beat Djokovic again and get your trust, your self-trust back and get your belief back. You know, and these are things I really feel like you're losing confidence in yourself, you know, and how are you going to get those things back? You're going to get those things back by, number one, going on full, you taking in everything that feeds your soul, that pumps you up, that gets you excited, and you're going to go on a complete negativity diet and get rid of the stuff that's bringing you down and feeling negative. Like, it's a real easy formula. Not 100% easy to do, you know, but it brings the best out in our characters when we want to adhere to it. So what I'm saying is, number one, what's in your iPod? Do you even have an iPod? I see a lot of athletes with, you know, headphones in their ear before the match, you know. Before the match, they got their, you know, they got this going on. And that's just me too. Like, before a race, I was listening to whatever music was pumping me up, making me feel like I was going to kick ass left and right and win and just get pumped for competition, you know. And even after the music has long finished, for me, like, it's still going on in your head. Like, you feel the burn in your legs, you feel somebody tired behind you but wanting to pass you, you know, like in a race, you feel their feet hitting the ground, you want to turn around, but your coach has told you never to turn around. So you keep just running, and then it's like the rhythm of your heart and the rhythm of that music is just like the rhythm of you being in sync with yourself and in sync with victory and in sync with self performance and overcoming those voices and demons in your head, or whatever you want to call it, because they come in strong and hard, you know. They come in strong and hard, you know. So you hear them and you keep going. That music that you played in your iPod will keep carrying you through really hard. So I'm just asking you, like, what's in your iPod? How are you pumping yourself up? You know, because that's half the battle. Listen, you have the fitness and you have the skill. You have beaten a lot of these guys, you know, and you've beaten all of them, really. And your skills are still the same. Again, I'm going to coming back to number 3 in the world. The numbers don't lie. You do not get to number 3 in the world, again, like I said before, by twiddling your thumbs. And you don't get to number 2 in the world, which you managed to do a couple weeks ago, by twiddling your thumbs. So just stay in that, Roger. That's all I'm saying. Like, you know, it's like you're playing with the confidence of someone who is like number 300 in the world. You are number 3 in the world. There are only 2 people on this earth walking, breathing, living, who are better or performing in higher scores than you in tennis. I ain't even going to say they're better than you. Like, that was a real, honest, true mess up there that I said. But they're only performing, their scores are better than you. So there are only 2 people. So remember that. Like, keep looking at your numbers on the paper. Don't listen to the doubtful energy of other people. Like, oh, Federer, you're getting, you know, you're 30, you're la 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 la, and then you're listening to that and going, oh, you know, seriously. So I'm trying to keep this video like really crazy and fun, and you know, not so serious like yesterday. So second thing, I think, you know, I can't even read all this crap I wrote on this paper, but I would say that Seppi match that you played against in Rome, like, that was a freaking Federer that we love. And I'm going to find the highlights from that match. I didn't see the entire match. I only saw the highlights. But you were on full offense. Like, you were just killing it. And that's the exact way I feel you should be playing against Djokovic and you should be playing against Nadal. Strictly offensive. Come out the box. You come out, you know, just like a horse race. That gate goes up, you know. that ball, you know, somebody starts serving that ball and you are hitting it, and you are hitting it offensively. You're not hitting it back to the person. You are hitting it away from them. You are making it entirely inconvenient for them. And you are winning the point, and you are just on top of everything from point one and aware, like, boom, you know, this is the semifinals. This is Roland Garros, and now is the time. This is what you want to do, Roger. So you got to be, like, on it like a pit bull. Like, just, you know, and I'm not saying be this madman all over the court, like, you know. My God. I know the way I just moved right now is going to come out looking so crazy when I upload this video. But I'm just saying, it's not about being a madman. It's just about focusing on that ball and making sure that it does not stay on your side of the court and forgetting about everything else. Another note that I have here is sort of be like a worm. This girl that I worked with, you know, she's really awesome. She used to say, Janaea, you think too much. That's my name. You think too much. Be like a worm. Just be like a worm. And I think what she really meant, be like a worm, is obviously not thinking too much, but really staying in the moment. Like, staying in the moment, not letting yourself go back in the past, not letting yourself go into the future anticipating something. Like, you know, if someone just served to you or whatever and you missed it, it's like, oh my God, or whatever. Like, just stay in the moment and just keep going, keep applying yourself, keep applying yourself, you know. And that is what you really see, like, Rafa and Djokovic do. Like, you see Rafa, especially, it's Rafa, I've been watching some of his matches over the last week or whatever, and, you know, the more that other people, his opponents, start gaining on him. I forgot who he was playing the other day, and they were ahead, and he just really, just like I said to you yesterday, he just turned it up. He stayed on it. He made sure he didn't miss a freaking thing. He made sure that he just turned it up. Like, he ran after every ball. And there's one particular part of Rafa, and it actually wasn't in this match, it was in another match, that you just see Rafa, like, going after the ball, and, you know, like, one point you see him, like, running toward the ball or whatever, and he can't, you see for a second, like, he realizes he can't get there fast enough, so instead of, like, looking up, like, all of a sudden he puts his head down, is like, and he made it. So I don't mean to make this whole thing, I'm not going to put Rafa all into this whole thing or whatever, you know, I'm just saying that just turn it up. You know, this is what these guys do. Djokovic, this is what you have done in the past, but this is the reason why they've really been able to win, and they're so conditioned now to be able to win high intensity matches, because that's what it took so much to get past you, Roger. You know, so they're very much so used to this, and they're used to turning it up and turning it up and turning it up and turning it up. You know, like, if they need to, they will really turn every single thing up. So just stay with it, stay focused, think like a worm, which is not thinking. It's only looking at the ball, hitting it, making sure it happens, making everything inconvenient for them as possible, and putting away every single ball, like, immediately, putting it away. Don't hit it back. If you're hitting a drop shot, like, you know, you're the greatest of all time, so I feel like I could just tell you, I could just put in my order and you will deliver. So if you're hitting a drop shot or whatever, like, don't just flick it over, because, you know, Rafa, you know, any top guys are going to chase it down and get that ball. You've got to put that away. You got to put that ball away. Put it away, you know, make sure it doesn't go into the net. Put it away. You're the greatest of all time. Put in my order, okay? Deliver. So, somebody also mentioned, I'm going, like, totally random, as you can see with this paper. It's so random. Keeping along with the funness of this video and the spontaneous. Slice serve. Somebody, I don't even know what the hell a slice serve is. I don't know what a slice serve is, but I know that a commentator said it works against Rafa, and that you should have been using it and practicing it, and they don't know why you have been practicing it a long time ago, because it really works against Rafa. So I think you should use a slice serve if you end up going against Rafa in this, which most likely you will, because I know you're going to beat Djokovic tomorrow, because you're going to be on from point one. You're going to do this, you're going to dig in, you're going to stay present in the moment. And this is the other thing. Commit to just seeing the ball. Don't look at him. If any of this makes sense, I'm not a tennis expert, but I'm throwing everything out there. Take what works, please. This is another thing really quickly, too. Every year, Roland Garros, it's always cold and rainy. And I notice, and I can't blame you, it's natural, but I notice that really affects you. I said that in one of my videos a very long time ago. I noticed that Roland Garros really affects you, like the weather. So how can you be in relationship with yourself while that weather is cold and it's gray and all of that? My thing is, when we were running track and stuff like that and had to get out in the early cold in March and stuff like that, we used to do this real kick up, jump up high thing, and it really just pumped up the blood, and it really works, just to jump up and kick your legs while you're jumping up. It really helps you get warm, and you just do one or two. I don't know, I'm throwing everything out there, like I said, because I want you to really win. So I'm just throwing out everything I know, and if you can use it, use it. If not, fine. But just be conscious of that as well. Pump yourself up. Be in relation. If you come out and the weather is really cold and gray, don't let that start. Be aware of that. If that starts getting you down, be aware of that and just get yourself up. Just commit. If not anything else, just commit to keeping yourself pumped up. Commit to staying attentive to every single ball. Commit to making every single shot inconvenient for the other player. Don't hit back to them. You do a lot of that, and then you get surprised when people don't hit the ball back to you, because they're taking themselves first, and they're gonna do that. And I'm not saying you do that all the time. Like with Seppi, you can really see. Please watch those highlights if you're watching this. Now that it took 30 or 35 minutes of your life, you might not even have time to watch that. Oh my God. To be in the moment again. I find that this very Eckhart Tolle, I don't know if you know Eckhart Tolle, it's very it's like an Oprah, he was on Oprah, let me just put it like that really quickly, and he's very much so the guy who is the be in the moment. And if you could just bring yourself back to being in the moment, like I was saying a few minutes ago, not going into the future by anticipating, oh my gosh, I'm if something's going wrong, don't go into anticipating, letting your mind do the hamster thing and start spiraling, into this whole thing, oh my gosh, it's going to be so hard from here, la 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 la, that's how our minds go as humans. But just stop it and just get back into the moment. And I think one of the things you could do to just get back into the moment, I don't know if this will work for you, but just take your foot and dig it into that clay, if it's not going to seem too weird. Just really focus on your foot for a moment, and it's just going to bring your awareness right back into the moment and not off into some hamster mind noise. You're going to be okay, I'm here, my foot is, this sounds really retarded, but it really works. My foot is moving against the ground, I hear somebody cough or whatever. If you just are hearing what's going on right in the moment, it really helps. So, and then just that's how you bring yourself back in, and then just start focusing on the ball again. And then, you might notice yourself 5 minutes later, off into some other mental thing, oh my gosh, Djokovic just hit these hard balls at me or whatever, I gotta get on this, I gotta make sure it works. You start noticing all of that too, just dig your foot in, or just, even feel your hand around your tennis racket a little more, and try to remember that. I will also, put some kind of reminder on your tennis racket, a very thin bit of string that you could tie around that's fluorescent or whatever, and something that could just remind you of what your intention was going into this match. what was my intention going into this match? That I was going to focus. I was going to think like a woman. I was going to be on top of every ball. I was going to just claw for every point. I was going to make stuff happen every single point from the giddy up. Like, I was going to play this, you're going to go into, I feel like, the match with a really forward intention. Like, I'm in this to win it, and I'm not in this to, like, drag this out to 5 sets. Like, I'm in this to make stuff happen at every single point. And you gotta throw it all out here. You gotta throw it all out here. There's no Wimbledon before this Roland Garros thing. There's no Olympics before all of this. So bring your mind. I'm not saying that I shouldn't make it seem like you're like thinking off into that, but Roland Garros, right here, right now. This is the time, and if you don't dig in here, it's going to be a media storm and your own thoughts and demons, whatever you want to call it, and your own struggle with confidence to even get to Wimbledon and perform well, to even get to the Olympics to perform well. So bring it all back right here, right now. Roland Garros, you've got to kick ass, and you can do it. You can do it. Just don't let the cold get you down. Don't let the rain get you down, or whatever that Roland Garros situation is every year. Stay focused and make stuff happen immediately. Slice serve on Nadal if you can, whatever the hell that means. And if you need reminders and you have friends, like, you should just make a little code for yourself, and you have friends, like, who are visiting the tournament, like, have them make a sign to, like, hold up for you, like, pump up, and you remember, like, oh, yeah, I gotta pump myself up, and, like, just pump yourself up, like, if all of this doesn't work for you and this is not your style, at least figure out your own way of not going into that withdrawal thing, Roger. Like, because that is absolutely not going to help. And I've talked about that so much. If you watch my other videos, you already know the withdrawal thing you get into in slam matches. So that's all that I really want to say. So I'm going to post another video that another Federer fan put up. He does awesome videos of you, and the way he edits is so dope. Like, he edits you like, there's one shot where it looks like he reversed the shot and the ball is actually coming into your hand. It's just a shot of your hand and a ball coming into your hand. But really, I think a ball was going out, but he reversed the shot, and it looks so dope. And it just looks so good. The whole video is just really, really, really good. But he's just got a really good sense of editing, like the little details, like your feet, like your shoes, your movement, and against this great music, it's really good. So I would say my homework assignment for you, if you're listening to me, and and I wore my flower and acted silly in this video for you today. So homework assignment for you is to put some great stuff on your iPod. Put the stuff on your iPod that pumps you up. Negativity diet. No media, after you get, out of the press matches and all of that, like, immediately put iPod in your ear with the stuff to pump you back up. You need the stuff to feed your soul and not deal with whatever else. And what else do I have here? I'm sorry about this. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, any movie that gets you pumped up, any movie lines that get you pumped up and stuff like that. And, of course, I was previously pressing for you to look at the matches that you had lost. But I'm asking you now to look at the matches you have won. And I think that will really help you. Indian Wells match against Nadal was a great match. Looking at any other great matches that you have won will help you, and you've always made it on unforced errors in those matches, so it'll be like a learning thing for you too, to just look at those rather than sitting down and spending 3 hours watching Nadal's matches and thinking, or Djokovic's matches on your day off. And I don't feel like those things are really going to help you right now. If you saw my video the other day, you know that I put that hit for Haiti thing on where you were telling Kim Clijsters how Nadal plays you. First it comes to the backhand, then to the forehand, then to the forehand. You know, like, you already know how these guys play you, so I don't feel at this point in time like that's really helpful to you, to your confidence and morale, to really sit there and watch them be intense and get through every one of their matches. I don't feel like that. Like, and how are you going to be watching their matches and then you won't even watch your own matches, which will allow you to improve, you know? And I'm telling you that these guys have taken and put in tons of work to get to the level where they can be formidable and can even pull out a win against you, because they went into the things that they didn't want to do, which is, one, looking at matches that they've been defeated in, you know? And you could very well be doing that, you know, but again, I'm just remembering what you said from a while ago, a couple of years back, and maybe that's not fair to do, but you said you don't watch matches you're defeated in, and I'm just here to challenge you to do that if you haven't been doing it. Yeah, so I think that's really it. Just put a note in your bag, like when you do the changeover and you have you have a moment or whatever, like, just keep a note in your bag just to remind you what your intention was when you came into the match, and how you want to stay intense and how you want to keep yourself pumped up, and try to just be aware of where your emotions and where your mind is going, and if you're lulling and you're checking out, or your intensity is going down and you're starting to do this whole thing that you've done before, like, keep a note in your bag, like when you do the changeover, or better yet, tape it on your tape it on your water bottle, so you see it, check in, or you can even see it from the court, like put some kind of fluorescent thing, and you can even put just CI for check-in. That way nobody else knows what the hell it is or whatever, but unless they're watching this video. Good luck to you, Roger. I'm so behind you. I really think that there's potential there, and I feel that I've really gone out of my way to make myself like a crazy person. This is not your fault, it's my own choice, but making these 30 and 40 minute videos, like, insanely talking all about Federer and tennis. I really believe that you are not stepping fully into your potential, and I believe that you have so much potential, and I know you can get back to number one in the world with a plan, and I know that you could stay in the top 3. I know that you can do all of that and go higher. I know that you can do these things. I know that you can win more matches. I know you can win Wimbledon. I know you can win Roland Garros, but it's gonna take work. What I mean is commitment. You already have the skill. You really have the skill. You have the skill. You've beaten these guys. You have the skill. You just need to commit to yourself. You're the biggest opponent. Again, it's not even Rafa. It's not even Djokovic. It's you. It's all about whatever's going on up in your minds, so you got to start feeding stuff to yourself that's really going to help you believe in yourself, so I hope that I've given you some answers, and I'm going to get off this video and be like, oh my gosh, I forgot one important point. Yeah, and you know what else? I'll make another video on that, this other thing that I was going to tell you about, but you know what, leave it all out on the court. Like, you've got to. I know it's a long season, but you've got to do it here for yourself, not for me, not for anybody else, but for you. I really feel like, I can't tell you what's important to you, but I just really feel like this is important for you to get through these 2 guys and throw it all out on the court. Like, I feel like it's something you need to really prove to yourself for your well-being, so-called, sort of well-being. It's not like you're gonna die if you don't win or something like that, but I'm just saying, like, for your morale, the well-being of your morale, or vitality of your morale. So I'm gonna go. Good luck, kick ass, and just know, like, even if you just do these things that I've talked about, or you figure out something, like if this video even inspires you to just figure out doing something proactive that works for you, then I am all in for it, and just know that, sometimes things take time to work, so just keep going with it. That's what Nadal had to do. It's what Djokovic had to do. They had to keep going up against you, pushing up against you and working out, but never, like, getting dejected. I'm like, oh, I'm never going to be Federer. Like, they kept going, so use them. Like, they're inspired, you know, as well as you. You're a huge inspiration, but now they're giving you, you know, they're giving you a lot of fuel to get pumped up about, to get, you know, like something to get inspired about, and not be bored with beating the same people over and over again. But now people are throwing new things at you, so now you got to change up a little bit, and just keep sticking in there. And just notice that in order to beat these people again, you are going to have to turn it up and turn it up and turn it up and be on and be on and just do what you do. But you can do it. You just need to be present, and you have you know, just don't check out, you know. And it's so funny because you're not the only one who checks out. I've got a little paper right here that I haven't seen in a while, and it says, I commit to showing up for my writing. I commit to showing up for my writing. So show up for yourself, and you will win this. You will do it. Show up 100%. Be on. Come out. Be decisive. You know, play decisively. Trust yourself. You know, open up those shoulders and arms, like that guy said. What that commentator said, once you open up those shoulders and arms, and you're like, you're on. Nobody can stop you. So listen, I've been talking for 40 minutes. I'm getting out of here. I'm sure, you know, you've had it, Phil, but, you know, just good luck with everything. And you know what? As long as you stay present for yourself and really just commit, and don't allow, at the least, don't allow yourself to fall into your own dark abyss of thinking. Take a look in my other videos. You can see what I'm talking about, because I mentioned a million times, especially the last two videos. In the very first video that I made yesterday, part 1, you should go into about the 16 minutes, because I really go on a very great soapbox, I like to say. Go on, Coach, I don't know, Al Pacino, that coach in that football movie or whatever. That was my moment I was having with you yesterday. Anyway, good luck. I know you can do it. You know, I'm sending you all the best energy and all your power, force, intensity, all that good stuff. Take care.